Hey guys, SeattleBeats here, and welcome to my brand new series, Cash or Trash, where I tell you guys if a game's worth the cash or it's going to make you feel like you're throwing the money in the trash. This is my first impressions of Evolves, let me know what you think. And if you guys are wondering why I'm a little bit more excited today than normal, it's because the Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl. Woo-hoo! But enough about the Seahawks, you guys are here to hear about Evolve, and the first class I'm going to talk about is the Assault class. Now the Assault class is the damage dealer of the group, so he is very, very important, but he has so much protection with his own shield, and the support shielding you as well, that it's probably the best class for your most inconsistent player in the group, because there's just protection everywhere, and I really think it is the class that's the hardest to die in. Now this class is important, don't get me wrong, because it does the most damage, but there's enough protection that I think it's probably the best class for beginners to practice with, but it is still very important. Up next is the Support and Trapper class. The Support class is my overall favorite class because it feels like the most team-oriented because you can protect all your teammates with the shield, and then you got an assault-like weapon called the Laser Cutter, and then you got the Orbital Barrage. The accuracy is kind of hard to match up, but if you hit it right, it does more damage than anything. Now with the Trapper, the person that throws down the dome, you never want the CPU or a random controlling it. Always have someone in your party being the Trapper, because if you don't trap the monster correctly and you have a random doing it, you're never going to kill the monster. And something else, you can actually play as the monster itself. Pretty cool, huh? Now the most important class is up to bat, the Medic. The Medic keeps the whole team alive, so you want your most consistent, most highly skilled player to play as the Medic, because if the Medic goes down, basically your whole team's plans go down the drain, and all the people playing the monster for the most part know that, so they're always going to be rushing for the Medic. So the best advice I could give you is to always heal from high ground. You're out of the main view with a monster, because if he sees you, he's always going to charge for you every time if he knows what he's doing. So always heal from high ground. And if you're not needed to be healing, you can snipe weak points on the monster, so you can always be keeping yourself busy helping out your team. There are three main types of monsters you face in the open beta. The first one is the Goliath. Now it has a lot of good strength and power, but its mobility isn't really that good, just jumping around, but its power can make it be a force to be reckoned with. Probably the best overall monster you face though in the game is the Kraken. It has good power and its mobility is pretty good too because it can fly around. So a lot of people use this creature, but if you get used to facing someone that isn't really that good at long range, then you're going to be able to take out the Kraken pretty easily. And then probably my favorite, the coolest one is the Wraith. It's extremely fast, but its health is really low, so everything has its ups and downs. And being that each of these monsters has their pros and their cons, it does at least make the game seem fair if you go in at the strategy. You may get killed by the monster like 40 or 50% of the time, but with the right strategy the game will at least feel fair. And something else that's kind of cool about the game, and I'm not saying that the game doesn't have its cons, but with most multiplayer only games you don't really get a sense of story really, like you know what's really going on. But with the amount of cutscenes in this game, it at least makes you feel like you're not just left there stranded saying, what's going on? Well guys, basically to finalize my video and my Cash or Trash series is for me to say my first impressions of Evolve have been pretty good. I have really enjoyed the gameplay and I am going to buy this game. But for me to say for all of you guys, I would recommend this game that you put cash down on it. But I'm going to say something a little different than you may suspect. I'm going to be buying the base version of this game and preloading it. I recommend that you guys only buy the base version and not the fancy limited edition version, because what I've seen is a game that's very fun, but some issues that could permanently affect the game if not fixed. The loading times are unbearable. It's like so frustrating that a lot of my friends wouldn't even play the beta. They literally got so frustrated they wouldn't even play it. And then the game launches with only 3 monsters to face. I'm not sure how good the longevity could be with that few of monsters to face. So the game's fun, but there are some issues they need to fix that have been the same issues since the alpha that haven't really changed. So I wouldn't recommend taking a chance on buying any of the limited editions, but I do think the game itself is at least worth a buy. So if you like this video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, and add me as a friend.